Act One of Doctor Faustus. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. The Tragical History of Doctor Faustus, by Christopher Marlowe, from the Quarto of 1604. Dramatis Personae. Chorus.
Read by Martin Geeson.
Good Angel.
Read by Avai.
Evil Angel, Cardinal, and Third Scholar.
Read by Dennis Sayers.
Doctor Faustus, Vintner, First Friar, Covetousness and Gluttony.
Read by Algy Pug.
Mephistopheles, Knight, First Scholar, Envy, and Narrator. Read by Elizabeth Klett. Lucifer.
Read by CalmDragon.net.
Wagner.
Read by Ariel Lipshaw.
Valdis, Clown, and Third Friar.
Read by Nadine Gardboulet.
Cornelius.
Read by Rainer.
The Pope.
Read by John Steigerwald.
Emperor.
By Sean Randall.
Horsecourser.
Read for you by Frank Booker.
Robin.
Read by Jason Mills.
Ralph, Second Scholar, and Wrath.
Read by Sandra.
Second Friar and Old Man.
Read by David Lawrence.
Fourth Friar and Duke of Vanholt.
Read by Lars Rolander.
Duchess of Vanholt.
Read by Musical Harp 1.
Pride.
Read by Mary Beth Blackburn.
Sloth.
Read by Dana Meilinger.
Lechery.
Read by Lucy Perry.
Act 1. Scene 1. Enter Chorus.
Not marching now in fields of Thrasymene, where Mars did mate the Carthaginians, nor sporting in the dalliance of love, in courts of kings where state is overturned, nor in the pomp of proud audacious deeds intends our muse to vaunt her heavenly verse. Only this, gentlemen, we must perform the form of Faustus' fortunes, good or bad. To patient judgments we appeal our plaud, and speak for Faustus in his infancy. Now is he born, his parents' base of stock, in Germany, within a town called Rhodes. Of riper years to Wittenberg he went, whereas his kinsmen chiefly brought him up. So soon he profits in divinity, the fruitful plot of scholarism graced, that shortly he was graced with doctor's name, excelling all whose sweet delight disputes in heavenly matters of theology. Till swollen with cunning, of a self-conceit, his waxen wings did mount above his reach, and melting, heavens conspired his overthrow. For falling to a devilish exercise, and glutted now with learning's golden gifts, he surfeits upon cursed necromancy. Nothing so sweet as magic is to him, which he prefers before his chiefest bliss. And this the man that in his study sits.
Exit. Scene 2. Faustus discovered in his study.
Settle thy studies, Faustus, and begin to sound the depth of that thou wilt profess. Having commenced, be a divine in show, yet level at the end of every art, and live and die in Aristotle's works. Sweet analytics, 'tis thou hast ravished me. Bene disserere est finis logices. Is, to dispute well, logic's chiefest end? Affords this art no greater miracle? Then read no more, thou hast attained that end. A greater subject fitteth Faustus' wit. Bid economy farewell, and Galen come, seeing ubi desinit philosophus, ibi incipit medicus. Be a physician, Faustus, heap up gold, and be eternized for some wondrous cure. Summum bonum medicinae sanitas. The end of physic is our body's health. Why, Faustus, hast thou not attained that end? Is not thy common talk found aphorisms? Are not thy bills hung up as monuments, whereby whole cities have escaped the plague, and thousand desperate maladies been eased? Yet art thou still but Faustus, and a man. Couldst thou make men to live eternally, or, being dead, raise them to life again, then this profession were to be esteemed. Physic, farewell. Where is Justinian?
Reads.
Si una eademque res legatur duobus alterem alte valorum rei, etc. A pretty case of paltry legacies.
Reads.
Exo hereditare filium non potest pater nisi, etc. Such is the subject of the institute and universal body of the law. This study fits a mercenary drudge, who aims at nothing but external trash, too servile and illiberal for me. When all is done, divinity is best. Jerome's Bible, Faustus, view it well.
Reads.
Stipendium peccati mors est. Ha! Stipendium, etc. The reward of sin is death. That's hard.
Reads.
Si peccasse negamus, fallimur, et nulla est in nobis veritas. If we say we have no sin, we deceive ourselves, and there's no truth in us. Why then, belike, we must sin, and so consequently die. Ay, we must die an everlasting death. What doctrine call you this? Que sera, sera. What will be, shall be. Divinity, adieu. These metaphysics of magicians and necromantic books are heavenly. Lines, circles, scenes, letters, and characters. Ay, these are those that Faustus most desires. Oh, what a world of profit and delight, of power, of honour, of omnipotence is promised to the studious artisan. All things that move between the quiet poles shall be at my command. Emperors and kings are but obeyed in their several provinces, nor can they raise the wind or rend the clouds. But his dominion that exceeds in this stretcheth as far as doth the mind of man. A sound magician is a mighty god. Here, Faustus, tie thy brains to gain a deity.
Enter Wagner.
Wagner, commend me to my dearest friends, the German Valdus and Cornelius. Request them earnestly to visit me.
I will, sir.
Exit.
Their conference will be a greater help to me than all my labours, plod I ne'er so fast.
Enter good angel and evil angel.
Oh, Faustus, lay that damned book aside and gaze not on it, lest it tempt thy soul and heap God's heavy wrath upon thy head. Read the scriptures. That is blasphemy.
Go forward, Faustus, in that famous art wherein all nature's treasure is contained. Be thou on earth as Jove is in the sky, lord and commander of these elements.
Exeunt angels.
How am I glutted with conceit of this! Shall I make spirits fetch me what I please, resolve me of all ambiguities, perform what desperate enterprise I will? I'll have them fly to India for gold, ransack the ocean for orient pearl, and search all corners of the new-found world for pleasant fruits and princely delicates. I'll have them read me strange philosophy, and tell the secrets of all foreign kings. I'll have them wall all Germany with brass, and make swift Rhine circle fair Wertenberg. I'll have them fill the public schools with silk, wherewith the students shall be bravely clad. I'll levy soldiers with the coin they bring, and chase the Prince of Parma from our land, and reign sole king of all the provinces. Yea, stranger engines for the brunt of war than was the fiery keel at Antwerp's bridge, I'll make my servile spirits to invent.
Enter Valdus and Cornelius.
Come, German Valdus and Cornelius, and make me blessed with your sage conference. Valdus, sweet Valdus, and Cornelius, know that your words have won me at the last to practice magic and concealed arts. Yet not your words only, but mine own fantasy, that will receive no object. For my head but ruminates on necromantic skill. Philosophy is odious and obscure. Both law and physic are for petty wits. Divinity is the basest of the three, unpleasant, harsh, contemptible, and vile. 'Tis magic, magic that hath ravished me. Then, gentle friends, aid me in this attempt, and I, that have with concise syllogisms gravelled the pastors of the German Church, and made the flowering pride of Wittenberg sworn to my problems, as the infernal spirits on sweet Musaeus when he came to hell, will be as cunning as Agrippa was, whose shadow made all Europe honour him.
Faustus, these books, thy wit, and our experience shall make all nations to canonize us. As Indian Moors obey their Spanish lords, so shall the spirits of every element be always serviceable to us three. Like lions shall they guard us when we please, like Almain rutters with their horsemen's staves, or Lapland giants, trotting by our sides, sometimes like women, or unwedded maids, shadowing more beauty in their airy brows than have the white breasts of the Queen of Love. From Venice shall they drag huge argosies, and from America the golden fleece that yearly stuffs old Philip's treasury. If learned Faustus will be resolute.
Valdus, as resolute am I in this as thou to live. Therefore object it not.
The miracles that magic will perform will make thee vow to study nothing else. He that is grounded in astrology, enriched with tongues well seen in minerals, has all the principles magic does require. Then doubt not, Faustus, but to be renowned, and more frequented for this mystery than heretofore the Delphian oracle. The spirits tell me they can dry the sea, and fetch the treasures of all foreign wrecks, ay, all the wells that our forefathers hid within the mossy entrails of the earth. Then tell me, Faustus, what shall we three want?
Nothing, Cornelius. Oh, this cheers my soul. Come, show me some demonstrations magical, that I may conjure in some lusty grove, and have these joys in full possession.
Then haste thee to some solitary grove, and bear wise Bacon's and Albertus' works, the Hebrew Psalter and New Testament, and whatsoever else is requisite, we will inform thee ere our conference cease.
Valdez, first let him know the words of art, and then all other ceremonies learned. Faustus may try his cunning by himself.
First I'll instruct thee in the rudiments, and then wilt thou be perfecter than I.
Then come and dine with me, and after meat we'll canvass every quiddity thereof. For, ere I sleep, I'll try what I can do. This night I'll conjure, though I die therefore.
Exeunt. Scene 3. Enter two scholars.
I wonder what's become of Faustus, that was wont to make our schools ring with sic probo.
That shall we know, for see, here comes his boy.
Enter Wagner.
How now, sirrah? Where's thy master?
God in heaven knows.
Why? Dost not thou know?
Yes, I know, but that follows not.
Go to, sirrah, leave your jesting, and tell us where he is.
That follows not necessary by force of argument, that you, being licentiates, should stand upon. Therefore acknowledge your error, and be attentive.
Why, didst thou say thou knewest?
Have you any witness on't?
Yes, sirrah, I heard you.
Ask my fellow if I be a thief.
Well, you will not tell us.
Yes, sir, I will tell you. Yet if you were not dunces, you would never ask me such a question. For is not he corpus naturale? And is not that mobile? Then wherefore should you ask me such a question? But that I am by nature phlegmatic, slow to wrath, and prone to lechery, to love, I would say, it were not for you to come within 40 foot of the place of execution, although I do not doubt to see you both hanged the next sessions. Thus, having triumphed over you, I will set my countenance like a precisian, and begin to speak thus. Truly, my dear brethren, my master is within at dinner with Valdes and Cornelius, as this wine, if it could speak, would inform your worships. And so the Lord bless you, preserve you, and keep you, my dear brethren, my dear brethren.
Exit. Nay, then, I fear he is fallen into that damned art for which they two are infamous through the world.
Were he a stranger and not allied to me, yet should I grieve for him. But come, let us go and inform the rector, and see if he by his grave counsel can reclaim him.
Oh, but I fear me nothing can reclaim him.
Yet let us try what we can do.
Exeunt. End of Act 1.